to the administration of the school headed by our hardworking management administrator, Mrs. Joyce Ann R. Malinaw, our school principal, Mrs. Alicia M. Danao, our assistant school principal, Mrs. Maria Teresa A. Torrechante, our school registrar, Mrs. Ana Maria Cristina R. Domingo, our human resource officer, Mrs. Mary Grace Villaluna, our OIC Technical Facilities and Multimedia, Mrs. Crystal E. Floor, our OIC Technical Facilities 2, Mr. Kojama, school coordinators, assistant school coordinators, team leaders, teachers, and office staff, a pleasant and marvelous day to each and every one. To formally start our program, may I request everyone to please stand for an invocation to be followed by the national anthem and Franciscan hymn.
Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. O Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned. And it's in dying that we are born to eternal life. Amen.
Please be seated. Welcome back to school, everyone. As the year begins, I wish Franciscan students, parents, teachers, and staff a wonderful school year. I hope that your summer vacation has given you all the opportunity to rest, relax, recharge, and spend time with family and friends with social distancing and COVID safe protocols. As we settle into our schools and learning spaces, I'm excited for the coming school year and engaging and innovative education opportunities ahead. Let us hear a welcoming message from the one and only Schools Management Administrator, Mrs. Joyce Ann R. Malina.
A blessed day to everyone. It's time to begin again, and we are ready. It's time to begin again, and we are glad you're here with us for school year 2021-2022. Online distance learning may be difficult, but we are up for the challenge. But this new academic year bring out about new discoveries, exciting experiences, which will shape and form us to the fullest. We also hope that this year's resilient education can encourage us every day to keep up striving and trying no matter what circumstances life may bring. I'm also inviting you on Friday, August 20 at 8 o'clock in the morning. We will have a Thanksgiving Mass to be shared via Facebook Live. Again, welcome back, Princess Nance.
Thank you so much, Mom. Indeed, let us embrace and face the school year ahead. For today's agenda, we will be having 7 speakers to tackle the important information, a guide for this challenging virtual academic year. To start off, let's give the stage to Ms. Darlene Princess F. Limos, School Coordinator of Los Pinos Branch. She will be discussing about the attendance, virtual classroom rules, and list of materials, while Mrs. Selna B. Elpa, the School Coordinator of WOODSITE Branch, will be discussing about the uniform and grooming.
To the administration of the school headed by our management administrator, Mrs. Joyce Ann R. Malinaw, to our school principal, Mrs. Alice G. Danao, to our assistant principal, Mrs. Maria Teresa A. Torchante, to our school registrar, Mrs. Ana Maria Cristina R. Domingo, school coordinators, assistant school coordinators, team leaders, office staff, students, and parents, a pleasant morning to all. Today, I'm going to discuss the attendance, list of materials, and virtual classroom rules. Slide po. Okay, attendance. Attendance definition. Number 1, to act of being present at a place. So, kapag nandun ka, ibig sabihin, isa na yun sa matatawag nating attendance pag pumasok ka sa klase mo. Number 2, a record of how and often a person goes to a class, meeting, etc. Number 3, the number of people present at an event or meeting. So, yun po yung definition ng attendance. Next, please. Since our school is conducting an online class, the pupils and students are expected to join in their class by a Zoom at least 5 minutes before the start of their class. So, ibig sabihin, kung ang klase natin ay 7:30, kailangan mag-join na tayo sa Zoom 5 minutes before 7:30. Naintindihan po? So, lahat po ng klase ninyo, kailangan mag-in po kayo sa Zoom ng 5 minutes before your start ng klase. Next, please. Next slide po. However, in case that the learners encountered difficulties to connect because of weak or slow Wi-Fi connection, rest assured that the teacher assigned will make his or her Zoom class open until such time that the learners can join the class. So example, hindi naman natin maiiwasan, minsan mahina yung ating internet connection. So ang gagawin nyo po, i-message nyo yung advisor or your teacher na may problem sa internet para kapag okay na yung internet connection ninyo, pwede kanyang i-accept. Kasi once na you're late na sa klase at hindi ka nag-inform sa teacher mo kung ano yung problem, hindi ka na niya a-accept. Lalo na kapag 30 minutes late ka na. Pero kung nagpaalam ka na may internet connection problem, kahit 30 minutes pwede kanyang i-accept. Next, please. Okay, regarding absences naman, in such situation that the learners are not feeling well and cannot join the online class, the parents should inform the class advisor regarding the reason of his/her child absence. A message through text or messenger will do. However, we will like to inform you that the attendance is a part of the performance task of a pupil and student. So, kapag absent kayo, ay pag hindi kayo makakapasok sa klase ninyo, so ang gagawin ni mami or kayo, i-message yung teacher or advisor na you're not feeling well o kaya may important na nangyari or gagawin para ma-excuse kayo ni teacher kasi ang grade po ay may kasama po sa performance task po ang attendance. Next page, next floor. Okay, next is virtual classroom rules. So, ito po yung ating rules kapag tayo ay nag-online class. Number 1, be on time. Diba sabi ko kanina, 5 minutes before yung scheduled time. Number 2, mute your microphone. So, kapag nag-online kayo, you should mute your microphone. Pag tinawag kayo ni teacher, yun lang po kayo yung mag-unmute. Number 3, camera on. So, kailangan ay may camera kayo nakabukas para alam ni teacher kung kayo ay nakikinig at naggagawa ng activity. Number 4, click the raise hand button or use the chat box if you have questions. Number 5, avoid distractions, especially po yung ating mga may ingay sa paligid. Number 6, wear proper clothes. So later, i-discuss po ni Ma'am Elpa kung ano yung proper clothes ninyo. 7, prepare all the needed materials like notebooks, books, paper, ball pens. And number 8, practice academic honesty at all time. Kailangan maging honest tayo sa ating mga teachers or sa mga kaklase natin. So those are the classroom rules. Next slides po. Here are the list of school materials. So, whiteboard, 17 writing notebooks, yung 50 leaves lang po. Kung meron kayong mga old notebooks, pwede na po yun. Then, pencil, sharpener, eraser, and crayons. Next slide po. So, 17 writing notebooks naman, 4, 5, 6. Ball pen, pencil, sharpener, eraser, writing pad, pad paper, crayon, and flash drive. Next po. Okay. So, ipapasa ko na po kay Ma'am Elpa to discuss the school uniform.
Good morning, everyone. School uniform is the requires of pupils, students to wear their school uniform during online class. The reason behind it, because we are trying to keep the learners focused and create a sense of unity and the task of learning. Siguro ko, class, alam naman ninyo na ang school uniform is the rules and regulation of the school. Kaya kailangan naka-uniform kayo. Next slide. The school schedule of school uniform, Monday to Friday. Friday, PE uniform. Yung school uniform ninyo, yung new student, pwedeng plain white. yung pag Friday, PE uniform talaga ang gagamitin. Next slide, ma'am. Here are the school uniform. Makikita ninyo, class, pupils, ang school uniform. Senior high school. Senior high school yun. Next slide, ma'am. Yun ang uniform ninyo. Next. PE uniform with Friday. Ayun. Next. Grooming policy. Next, ma'am. Haircut. Strange, unusual hairstyle violate the school grooming policies. Blonde or with hair color. Yung mga babae, kailangan hindi nagkakaroon ng blonde hair. Dahil iyon ay hindi policy natin yun, school grooming policy. Next, ma'am. Sa mga lalaki naman, yung mohawk, punk style, and skin heads. Yung sa mga lalaki, kagaya ni Jeon, ang ganda ng kanyang, iyan ang proper hairstyle. Next, ma'am. Haircut boys. After combing down the hair in all direction, it should not touch the back collar of the polo shirt. Upper portion of the ear bang should not exceed the eyebrow. Student must be clean shaven at all times. Yung mga lalaki, kailangan hanggang eyebrow lang. Next. Nails should have no polish, lalo na sa mga babae. No? Kailangan napili tayong well-groomed ang isang estudyante. Kapag haharap kayo sa inyong teacher, kailangan maganda ang dating ninyo para makikinig kayo, maganda ang personality, appearance. That's all. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Limus and Ma'am Elpa. Next up, all about the Zoom application to be discussed by our Assistant School Registrar, Mrs. Jenny V. Ramos.
Hello, good morning. Naririnig po ba ako?
Po.
Yan. So, good morning, everyone. Okay, good morning.
Good morning po.
Okay, so my topic for today, for this morning, is all about Zoom. So, I believe ang bawat isa po sa atin naka-experience na last year, no, nung first year natin for online class. So, ito yung platform na ginagamit natin, yung Zoom, and for mga examination or quizzes, ang ginagamit naman natin ay Genyo. So, ngayon, para i-remind ko lang ulit kung paano po natin gagamitin yung Zoom kasi baka nakalimutan na natin, no, dahil sa bakasyon. So, i-refresh ulit natin yung mga sarili natin about Zoom. Okay. So, ano ba ang agenda po natin for this morning? So, ano ko po sa inyo, itatakal natin kung paano mag-sign up for the first time ng mga gagamit ng Zoom. So, especially yung mga bago po nating students. So, welcome po sa St. Francis. So, makikinig tayo ng mabuti, ha. Tapos, how to download the Zoom client, how to join a class meeting, or ito yung pinaka-class natin, and best practices while in a Zoom class meeting, which is nabanggit na po ni Ma'am Limas kanina. Okay po. So, una, how to sign up for the first time. So, pupunta po muna tayo sa number 1. Ang gagawin po muna natin, punta po tayo sa www.zoom.us. Okay, so once po na ma-open na po yung website na yan, magsa-sign up, it's free po tayo. Meron po dyan orange sa top right corner, i-click po natin yan. Then after nyan, ilalagay po natin yung email address. So for info po na kailangan, pag gagamit po tayo ng Zoom, meron po tayong Gmail account. Okay, so kasi po talaga yung ginagamit or compatible for Zoom. So be sure po na bawat estudyante merong kanya-kanyang email ad na kayo lang ang nakakaalam. And of course, yung password, wag nating kakalimutan. Para sa ganon, pag meron ng klase, hindi tayo mahihirapan na i-open yung account po natin. Okay, so once po na ma-enter na natin si email address, i-click po natin yung sign up. Then, i-activate po natin yung account, isa-send po yung link sa Gmail na binanggit ko po kanina. Yun po yung Gmail nyo. Okay, so you'll be directed to fill in your first name, last name, and create your password, then continue. Okay po. Then next po, paano naman natin ida-download? So kids, mas maganda kung meron tayong Zoom application na naka-install sa ating mga laptop and computer para mas madali na magamit yung Zoom. So paano naman po ito mada-download, ma'am, yung app po na ito? So ganun ulit. So kung meron kayong Google Play, may kita nyo rin yan. Or you will start by going to https.zoom.us. So ida-download po natin. Then yung download button na Zoom, so ida-download po natin and i-open po natin yung Zoom, i-install po natin yan sa ating mga laptop and PC. So paano naman, kunyari po na na-install na natin, na-download na natin yung apps, na-install na po natin sa gamit po nating laptop and computer, paano naman tayo magjo-join sa class meeting? So ito na yung scenario na magjo-join na tayo sa class. So let's say for example, meron tayong first subject. So paano po tayo magjo-join nun? So makikita nyo po dito sa bandang left. Okay, i-click lang po natin yung join, yung may plus na ano. So magjo-join po tayo dyan. So meron tayong, may ibibigay si advisor. Kada advisor po natin ng meeting ID and passcode. So remember, take note po na ang gagamitin po nating meeting ID and passcode ay manggagaling po sa advisor po natin. So per class, yun po yung gagamitin lang po natin na meeting ID and password. And sa kada subject po, iisa lang po ang gagamitin natin. Okay? So dati kasi, meron tayong na-experience na kailangan kada subject, iba-iba yung meeting ID and passcode. Pero ngayon po, iisa na lang for the class. Kung grade 3 ka, iisang meeting ID and passcode na manggagaling kay grade 3 advisor. Kung grade 4 ka, iisang meeting ID and passcode na manggagaling din pa kay advisor. So kung paano po natin yun makukuha, i-message po kayo or yung parent nyo po, i-message ng ating advisor on or before Monday po sa pasukan. So once po na nasa meeting po tayo, so i-check po natin yung mga audio natin tsaka camera kung gumagana. Okay po? So next po, ayan. So best practices while in a Zoom class meeting. So nabanggit na rin po to ni Ma'am Darlene Princess kanina kung ano yung mga behavior or mga gagawin natin kapag nasa Zoom class po tayo. So syempre, i-remind po natin dito na nagsa-sign in po tayo sa Zoom desktop and magstay sign in lang po tayo. Then i-check po natin yung internet speed natin. Kung nasa free wifi ba tayo, or you may need to keep your camera off to improve quality. Minsan kasi kailangan pag mahina yung internet, kailangan naka-off yung camera. Pero lagi po natin, so di ba po talagang nire-require po natin na meron tayong internet talaga na maganda. Okay po, so turn your camera on and have your camera at eye level. So wag kung saan-saan nandun yung camera po natin. So stay muted unless you're talking to reduce background noise. So kung halimbawa isa lang si teacher tapos ilan kayo sa class, tapos lahat kayo sabay-sabay na magsasalita, mahirapan si teacher na i-discuss yung lesson nyo for that day. Okay po? Tapos make sure you sit in a well-lit and quiet place. So dapat hindi ganun maingay or nakaupo po tayo ng maayos. Tapos maganda rin po yung lights po natin, yung lighting ng room. So be mindful of what's going on behind you. Think about having solid wall behind you. So ang ano ko lang din po, since meron din akong anak na estudyante, so be sure po na naka-open yung camera po natin while nasa class po tayo. Kasi minsan yung iba-iba yung ginagawa. Kunyari nakikinig kay teacher pero naglalaro. Okay, so wag po natin gagawin yan. So para tayo matuto, para hindi sayang yung araw na pinasok natin or binayad sa tuition fee ni mami at ni daddy, kada klase natin, a-attendan natin, magiging attentive tayo sa klase and makikinig. And of course, pinaka-importante sa lahat, i-enjoy natin yung pag-aaral po natin kahit na online class lang po tayo. Okay, kids? So, maraming salamat sa inyong makikinig. So, kung meron kayong question, later after ng mga speaker, pwede niyong itanong. Okay? Thank you po.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Jen. And for our fourth speaker, let's welcome our new school's registrar, Mrs. Ana Maria Cristina R. Domingo, to give us a thorough discussion about classroom management.
Okay, a pleasant morning to everyone, especially to the old students. I would like to welcome you all for the academic year 2021-2022. And for the new Franciscan students, welcome to the Franciscan family. So I was tasked to discuss to you about classroom assessment. So ano bang ibig sabihin ng classroom assessment? So sa madaling kahulugan nito, ang ibig sabihin ng classroom assessment is kung paano mini-measure ni teacher or gini-gauge niya yung progress ng isang learners. Ito yung din ang paraan niya kung paano niya kayo bibigyan ng grades. Okay? Next slide. Okay, ito lang po yung mga iba't ibang definition ng classroom assessment. It is a joint process that involves both teachers and learners. It is an integral part of teaching and learning. So, isang mahalaga tong parte ng pagtuturo ng inyong mga teacher kasi dito niya i-assess ang inyong weaknesses, ang inyong strength, kung saan kayo magaling, kung saan kayo nag-excel, kung saan ninyo need ng more motivation, so, ang mga aspect na dapat pang bigyan po sa inyo ng focus. Another definition, it is a process that used to keep track of learners' progress in relation to the learning standard and in the development of 21st century skills to promote self-reflection and personal accountability among students about their own learning and to provide basis for the profiling of student performance on the learning competencies and standards of the curriculum. Various kinds of assessments shall be used appropriately for different learners who come from diverse contexts such as cultural background and life experiences. So katulad ng binanggit ko sa inyo kanina, yung progreso ninyo bilang estudyante, kasama po dyan sa classroom assessment, yung mga skills na supposed to be dapat yung matutunan, kailangan na-observe sa inyo, kasama din po yan. At hindi lang po palaging si teacher ang magbibigay sa inyo or magbibigay ng idea sa inyong weaknesses and strength, but also kayo din po sa sarili ninyo, nararamdaman nyo kung saan kayo dapat magbigay or mag-focus. Kailangan ko pang mag-aral mabuti sa math kasi medyo mababa yung grades ko, or kailangan ko mag-focus sa science or sa English. So, kayo on your own, malalaman ninyo kung ano yung bibigyan nyo ng mas attention. Okay, next. Okay, bigyan ko lang kayo ng mga pictures, classroom assessment during face-to-face. Siguro natatandaan nyo pa yan at alam ko naman na miss nyo na po ang face-to-face classroom setup. Pero sadly, hindi pa natin magagawa ngayon yan kasi talagang meron pa po tayong pandemic. So, yan lang po, mag-reminisce lang muna po tayo dun sa mga nakaraan natin. Okay, next slide. Ayan na po, classroom assessment during online class. Paano ba tayo ginigrade ni teacher during online class, diba? So, nagdi-discuss si teacher, nakikinig kayo, meron siyang mga questions, at nakakasagot naman kayo, may nagbibigay siya ng quizzes, sit work, and all that. So, gumagawa ng paraan ng mga teachers para kahit naka-online class tayo, parang hindi pa rin tayo nawala dun sa face-to-face kasi same activities, magkaiba lang po ng venue. Okay, next. There are two types of classroom assessment. We have the, sige po ma'am, the formative assessment and the summative assessment. Sisimplihan ko na lang po para sa inyo para mas madali nating maintindihan na when we talk about formative assessment, ito yung mga ongoing process, mga tanong ni teacher, mga pagbibigay niya ng activities after the lesson has been discussed. So, ayun po. When we talk about summative assessment naman, ito yung mga quarterly tests na kinokonduct para sa atin. Ang mga long quiz na binibigay po sa atin ng teachers. Okay, so yun po yung simple comparison natin between formative assessment and summative assessment. And for the summative assessment, these are the assessment that has been recorded by your teachers. At yun po yung nakikita natin sa ating report cards. Okay, next. Ayan po, formative assessment, that's the one of the definition. It refers to the ongoing forms of assessment that are closely linked to the learning process. It is characteristically informal and intended to help students identify strength and weakness in order to learn from the assessment experience. Formative assessment, the teacher will not record this. However, it will help her or his to diagnose or to see your weaknesses and strength and to change their strategies for you to understand the lesson easily. Okay, next. Okay, we also have summative assessment. Katulad ng binanggit ko kanina, sinimplify ko na lang po yung definition niyan. Ito po yung nare-record natin. Nire-record po nina teachers like quarterly exam, long quizzes, a summative exam. Okay, next. Policies and guidelines for classroom assessment. So the Department of Education, they give us policies and guidelines for our classroom assessment. The first one is the DepEd Order number 8, series of 2015. The policy guidelines in classroom assessment for the K-12 basic education program. Assessment should be used to inform and improve classroom practices and promotes learning outcomes. So in this DepEd order, we have three components. We have the written works, performance tasks, and quarterly exam. Okay, policies and guidelines for classroom assessment, DepEd order number 012, series of 2020, adoption of the basic education learning continuity plan for school year 2020-2021 in light of the COVID-19 pandemic. So the Department of Education issue another DepEd order para po maka-cope up tayo dun sa during pandemic time. Kasi 'di ba, we don't have face-to-face classes. So we only have online classes. So kailangan may adjust yung ating classroom setup. So pati na rin po yung grading scheme. So instead of having 3 components, nagkaroon na lang po ng 2 components, which is the written works and performance tasks. Wait. So ano nangyari dun sa quarterly assessment? Sige po. Next slide. For the current school year 2020-2021, quarterly assessment shall not be administered. However, days allotted for quarterly assessment in DepEd Order 7, series of 2020-2021, may be used for the presentation of major performance for the quarter that addresses the performance standard. So meaning to say, see po, next slide. Quarterly examination were given a weight of 20% constantly in the DepEd Order number 8, series of 2015. Since it was no longer be a part of the grading system for this school year, it previously determined weight was distributed equally into written works and performance tasks, allotting an additional 10% to each component. This maintains an emphasis on performance tasks for some learning areas. So meaning to say, the quarterly assessment, the 20% were divided for written works and performance tasks. We do have a quarterly examination, but we call it long quiz. At yun po ay kasama sa ating written works. Okay? So next. Okay, this is the weight distribution of summative assessment components per learning area for grade 1 to grade 10. So assessment components, written works, and performance. That's for the subject of language, AP, ESP. For the written works, we have 40%, and the performance task is 60%. For the subject of science and math, the written works is 50%, and the performance task is 50%. And for MAPE, EPP, TLE, the written works is 30%, and the performance task is 70%. Okay? So that is the weight distribution of summative assessment components per learning area. So as you can see, performance test has a higher percentage as to compare with written works for other subjects. However, in science and math, equal po sila. Okay, next. Okay, next. Okay, as you can see, the table is sample computation of written works and performance tasks in language, AP, ESP for grade 1 to grade 10. So ito po yung sample computation. For example, let's start with AP, ESP, and language. Written works is 40%, performance task is 60%. So the highest possible score for the written works, we have 20 points, 25, 20, 20. For example, the learner A got 18 points, 22 points, 20, 17. So we add lang po natin yan. And the score will be 91. So the 91 will be times by 100 and by 100 and divided by 100 also. So the weighted average will be 36.4%. Okay, so for the performance task, the highest possible score 15 points, 15 points, 25 points, 20 points, for a total of 75 points. For example, the learner A got 12 points, 13, 19, 15, total of 56. So the total of 56 times 100 divided by 75, ang kanyang PS is 75 and the weighted average is 45%. So when we add 36.4 and 45, we will have 81.4, but that is only the initial grade. We will use the transmutation table and the 81.4 will be equal to 88%. So yung 88% will be your quarterly grade at yan po yung magiging visible sa inyong SF9 or yung tinatawag natin na report card. Okay, same with the other subject po. Ganun po ang ating computation. Sige po, ma'am, next. Next slide po. Yan. So, MAPI, EPP, TLE, kasi dito, as you can see, performance task is higher than written work. So, talagang kailangan natin magpursige when it comes to performance task. Kunyari, ang highest possible score is 20, 25, 20, 20. 85 po yung total niya. So, yung learner, ito po yung mga nakuha niyang score, 18, 22, 20, 17. So, total niya 77. Katulad ng binanggit ko kanina kung paano siya kino-compute. The possible score is 91 times 0.30, it will be 27.3%. So performance test naman, we have our own performance test, which is comprises of 6 components. Later on, I will discuss to you. Okay, so for example po ng performance test, we have 12, 13, 19, 15 for a total of 56. So ang PS niya is 75% times 0.70, ang taas, di ba? Magiging 52.5 siya. So pag tinotal natin siya, 79.8. Syempre, titingnan natin sa transmutation table. And then we have ang quarterly grade niya is 87. Yan po yung makikita sa report card. Okay, ma'am, next slide. Ayan. When we talk about written works, ito po yung bumubuo sa written works. We have homeworks and assignments. Now, gagawin nyo na yan through Zenyo. We have also essays and composition, seat work, worksheets, quizzes, and we also have long quiz. Ito po yung same as quarterly test, schedule, dates, and subjects. So next. On performance task breakdown, katulad ng binanggit ko sa inyo kanina, we have our own performance task breakdown. We have individual demonstration, which is 20 points. We also have group presentation, which is 10 points. Oral works and recitation, 20 points. Project, 10 points. Attendance, 20 points. And character, 20 points for a total of 100 points. So when we talk about attendance, excuse absences, yung with excuse letter, ang minus po niyan is 0.5%. Pero kung ang absent is without excuse letter, ang minus po niyan sa attendance natin is 1 point. So, Basically, your attendance is very, very important. Okay? Next po, next slide. Total number of items of quizzes. So for grades 4 to 6, 100 items po. And then, for the long quiz, which is our own quarterly exam, for grades 4 to 6, 100 items also. Okay, that's ends my report for classroom assessment. If you have any question, feel free to ask later. And please do write your question on the chat box. Okay? Again, once again, thank you for listening. Grades 4 to 6 students. Ayan po. Thank you po.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Domingo. And now, may I present to you our newest assistant school principal, the ever so hardworking Mrs. Maria Teresa A. Tarachante, to discuss the class schedules and roles and responsibilities.
Okay, good morning everyone, grades 4 to 6 learners and parents. Today I shall be discussing with you, or I shall be
Teacher, mahina po.
Ma'am Torrechante, kindly check your mic po. Thank you.
Teacher, wala po.
Okay, so let's just wait for a minute.
Okay po, good morning. Am I loud and clear now po? Can you hear me now?
Yes po, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay, so once again, good morning to all. Good morning everyone, dear
Good morning,
learners.
ma'am.
Morning po.
Morning po. Morning po.
So today I shall Okay, very good. So today I shall be presenting to you your class schedule. But before I proceed, I would like to remind you all, as well as the parents, that this class schedule shall be forwarded to you by your class advisors, okay? So don't worry po. So sige po, let's start. Okay, for the main campus and soldiers for grades 4, or for grade 4, we have the following breakdown of the subjects from 7:30 to 12 o'clock. So there will be a 30-minute break this time from 9:30 to 10. And then 2 sessions for homerooms on Fridays, as well as the music, arts, PE, and health. So you will be off by 12 noon. Okay. Now for grade 5, this is your schedule. Same thing up to 12 noon, and then the morning break from 9:30 to 10. How about for the grade 6 schedule? Okay, so that will be your schedule for main and soldiers 4. I'm speaking of the main campus and the soldiers 4 branch. Okay po, next po. How about for the WOODSITE and Los Pinos branch? You have the same schedule. Same thing from 7:30 to 12. And then the homeroom. Music, arts, being held on Fridays. Okay po. Now for grade 5 of WOODSITE and Los Pinos. Okay. And as I said a while ago, don't worry, for these schedules will be forwarded to you by your class advisors, via Genio and via your private messages or group chats. Okay, next po. How about for the grade 6? For grade 6 of WOODSITE and Los Pinos, here's your schedule. Thank you. Next, let's go to MARYHOMES, CAMELLA, and Heights branch. You have the same schedule for grades 4 from 7:30 to 12 also, and a 30-minute break.
Teacher, wait po. Pipicturean ko lang po.
Okay, it's okay. Next, are you done? Are you done? Okay, now let's go to grade 5. Thank you. How about for the grade 6? Okay, so that will be your schedule. Next. So I will just be reminding
Will be uploaded in our...
Teacher po, sana po yung Springville Heights.
Okay, what grade are you? What level are you?
Grade 4.
Okay, grade 4, ma'am.
4, Springville Heights.
Ma'am T, let's go back to grade 4, Springville Heights.
Springville Heights.
Okay, don't worry, Adam. Okay, that's the grade 4 for you. Did you see it, Adam?
Opo.
Okay, very good. Now, can we go now? Can we proceed? Okay, thank you, Adam, for your question. Now, let's go to the next, ma'am. For some reminders, please be informed that 2 scheduled or announced Saturdays for a particular month for worksheets or performance activities will be counted as attendance. So don't worry po, you will be reminded of this and you will be notified of this as to when these 2 Saturdays will be. Okay, next. Now let's go to the roles and responsibilities as learners and as parents. Okay, and please do take note of these roles and responsibilities so we won't be encountering, if ever there will be problems, we know how to do it. Okay, for roles and responsibilities as expectations for students, parents, and teachers. Now let's go to the expectation from students or learners like you. Okay, number 1, you should attend classes on time. As earlier mentioned, please attend religiously to your classes. Number 2, you should accomplish tasks and complete your homework on time. This time, your homeworks will be via Genio already. So please do take note of that. But don't worry, this will all still be reminded from the handbook and from the diary that, say, for example, there is an assignment in math via your Genio. Okay, next. Number 3, be prepared for classes with all the necessary materials. Number 4, ask a question when something is not clear using the chat box. And number 5, maintain good physical health through exercise, proper nutrition, and adequate sleep. Okay, so warm up a little bit before the class starts. And then number 6, follow procedures, rules, and policies set by the teachers. Okay, so as parents this time, these are your expectations. Set up a study space and provide the required technology or system. Number 2, prepare for technical issues that may come up. Number 3, see that your child establishes a routine for working on his or her virtual activities daily. 4,
Pwede ba po pabalikin? Hindi ko po na-picture.
excuse me? Okay, so help your child maintain a regular study schedule. Number 5, monitor your child progress weekly using the LMS. You can do this via the Genio. And then reminders to parents, please do not participate to class to ask questions. Instead, allow your child to ask a teacher using the chat box. Or else, if you have any questions or if you have some concerns, you may directly message the teachers concerned or the teacher concerned. Okay. Next po. Okay, so I think that will be all, and thank you for listening.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Tara Chance. Last but not the least, our passionate and kind-hearted school principal, Mrs. Alicia M. Danao, to show us the school's tentative schedule of activities and some reminders for our dear parents and learners.
Hello, Franciscans. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes po.
Opo.
A joyful and blissful morning to our Franciscan parents
Opo.
and grade 4, grade 5, and grade 6 learners. I am really happy to see all of you today attending our school's orientation for academic year 2021-2022. I will be showing to you the tentative schedule of activities for the month of September and October and later part of August, since the opening of classes is nearly coming to start. Are you ready now, smart Franciscan pupils? Okay. Pin. Okay, our upcoming activities and contests. Next. Okay, so tentative schedule of activities for August 2021. So August 23 will be your regular classes for all levels from preschool to grade 12. And then August 27 will be the Buwan ng Wika celebration via Zoom. Next. For the month of September. Okay, for the month of September, September 8 will be our Mama Mary's birthday celebration via Zoom. And then for September 17, take note of this, my dear Franciscan pupils, we have Gardenia Online School Nutri Tour. From preschool to grade 3, the schedule will be 9 o'clock up to 10 a.m. And then for grades 4 to grade 6, 10:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Next. For the month of October, we have October 4, we have grooming inspections for the month of October, and then followed by St. Francis Feast Day for all St. Francis Institute Learning and Business High School Incorporated schools and branches via FB Live Mass. And then your first quarterly long test will be scheduled on October 20, 21, and 22. Okay. Next. Okay, upcoming contests for school year 2021-2022. We have math contests on November via Genyo. We have also Battle for the Brains of the Teachers. Next, another contest. We have also Christmas card making contest, headdress making contest, Christmas carol contest, science contest, virtual tour challenge that will be a contest for junior high school and senior high school students. And then storytelling contest. Another one, look-alike hero contest. Okay, so let's go now to the reminders for parents and learners. Number 1, submit ID picture with white background. Number 2, observe proper grooming during the photo shoot at home. Number 3, wear the prescribed uniform. Number 4, to be submitted to your class advisor. And number 5, kindly follow the sample ID picture. Okay, that will be the sample ID picture for preschool. Then for the grade school, elementary, for junior high school, and for senior high school. Okay, number 6, date of submission will be August 27, 2021 to your class advisor. Don't forget that. Thank you for listening, smart Franciscan pupils. Have a nice day. See you all soon.
Thank you so much, Ma'am Danao. May I call on Ms. Rhea A. Antonio, the team leader of Springville Heights branch, to present to us the school's mission and vision.
Let us recite our school's vision and mission. Vision: a community of learners committed to develop in the students the leadership skills and awareness that each child is a unique individual and to keep his scholastic standing at the highest level. Mission: to create a loving and learning environment that empowers a person through academic excellence and instill into the mind of our students the core gospel of value of truth, the Christian principles of love for work, the Franciscan trust of prayer and loyalty to his school.